Elon Musk's mother unearthed a 1995 photo of him fixing a car window. And people said you knew nothing about cars. Hashtag found this photo. He joked he's come full circle with Cybertruck.
146,000 pre-orders with $8 billion worth of future revenue within 48 hours after Elon Musk's Cybertruck launch. Amazing. Just with deposit alone, Elon Musk has collected tens of millions of dollars. Today I'm going to teach you $5 billion lesson that you could learn from the Cybertruck launch, regardless if you are in business for yourself or you're just curious what made that launch so successful. Now, if you have not watched that particular video, make sure you go watch that video. After this video, you'll get more out of the 5 lessons. $1 billion lesson number 1, controversy sells. Now, before the Cybertruck launch, Elon was already getting a lot of publicity, a lot of buzz around this new launch, this new car. The whole world is waiting for it. What's it gonna look like? When it's revealed, a lot of people, guess what? At first, hated the design. They say it looks like a car from Mars. They say Elon is crazy. He gets confused. Is it a car for SpaceX? This is not a car for planet Earth. It feels unfinished. A lot of people, they say that it looks like a truck from Total Recall. Some say that it looks like a paper airplane. Some say that it looks like a Lego creation. It doesn't matter. The key is a lot of people are talking about the Cybertruck. Everybody's talking about it. No different than when the Joker movie comes out. It was an underdog, and then everybody was talking about it. People are making reviews about it. Same thing with Cybertruck. You can see it on social media. Comment below if you've seen it on social media. How much publicity Cybertruck gets compared to a typical truck or car launch. It's a big difference. Love it, hate it, it doesn't matter. He is getting a lot of publicity, and that's the genius of Elon. So, doesn't matter what you do. Controversy sells. Don't be afraid to sometimes offend somebody. Love me, hate me, just make sure they don't ignore me. You need to get attention in the marketplace. What do you need to do? Controversy sells. $1 billion lesson number 2, leverage your personal brand for publicity. Let me ask you a question. Do you know the name of the CEO of Audi? Do you know the name of the CEO of BMW? Do you know the name of the CEO of Ford? Do you? Do you know the name of the CEO of Tesla? Full name, Elon Musk. My question is why? Why do you know Elon Musk and you don't know the CEO of all these other automobile companies? Because they've never fully built out and leveraged their personal brands. Versus Elon Musk, he did. So think about it. When you are a personal brand, it's much easier to get publicity. Because let's say you want to get on a TV show, you want to be interviewed, you want to get on radio, you want to get on podcasts, all these other platforms, all these other media, well, it's kind of difficult to do it as a company, right? And some companies, they have what we call spokesperson, but it's way more powerful when you are the leader of the company, that you are the CEO of the company, that you are promoting your brand, you stand behind your product. No different than Warren Buffett promoting Berkshire Hathaway stocks. No different than Richard Branson promoting Virgin. It is the same. When you have a strong personal brand, you could get extra publicity. You could go to places that other people cannot go. And one thing that I've learned over the years as an entrepreneur, and that is what you do changes. Now, this is very profound. Write this down. What you do changes. Just because you're in this business today doesn't mean you will be in this business 10 years from now. Industry changes. What you sell changes. When you have a strong personal brand, when you lead with a strong personal brand, people buy from people they know, like, and trust. So, Elon Musk, if he wants to, He could talk about a Cybertruck, present at the launch. 2 months later, he could talk about SpaceX. It doesn't matter because you're not just buying the product, and yes, you are buying the product, but you're also buying the personal brand. You have a relationship with the personal brand. Billion-dollar lesson number 3, host a live event. You see, most automobile companies, when they launch a new product, they might run some TV commercials. They might do some radio ads. They might run some newspaper ads. But it's never a launch. Even they try to do a launch, they try to do a little announcement, but they don't get a lot of attention. The media wants to know, what is Elon gonna do? What is he gonna say? This is itself entertainment for the public. Very, very powerful, which, by the way, he learned that from Steve Jobs, Apple. Steve didn't just talk about a product, he launched a product. Elon didn't just talk about the new Cybertruck, he launched the new Cybertruck through demonstration, which we'll get into. One genius thing that he did is actually he sold the product before he actually creates the product. So Cybertruck doesn't go into production until late 2021. It's going to be a while. And yet he has already collected tens of millions of dollars in deposits. Except the cost of making the prototype, that is cash flow for the business. Not that he needs the cash flow, but there is cash flow for the business. So I want you to think about how you can apply this in your business. Can you actually sell something before you create it? So let's look at a different scenario. What if at the Cybertruck launch, the response from the public actually wasn't spectacular, that people actually don't like the truck, didn't sell that well, didn't sell $8 billion worth of pre-orders? What will happen? What does it cost Elon? Except a prototype. Then he would just take the feedback from the marketplace and say, you know what? People like this and they don't like this and they hate that. Let's change it, let's improve it. And then he could still relaunch the next truck. Isn't that brilliant? Now, people love the truck. They love it so much, they would make a deposit. Great, we now know there is a proven demand, proof of concept. Crazy concept, but proof of concept. Now we go make this Cybertruck. You see the difference? Very, very powerful. And other thing that he did, this is a bonus lesson, he utilized the 3 boxes strategy. Now, if you have not watched that video, you can click the link here where I talked about the 3 boxes and how you could use pricing to create demand for your product. And how does Elon Musk apply the 3 boxes strategy? You could see with the Cybertruck, there are 3 different models. You have the $39,900 one, you have the $49,900 one, and then you have the $69,900 one. When you watch that video, you see exactly what I mean and what he did. Very, very brilliant. Now, here's my prediction. You can date it right now. Here's my prediction. When the car comes out, because it's so unfinished, people would get very, very creative. They would put on different paint color on it, right? Some might make it black, some might make it silver, some might make it blue, some might make it yellow, who knows? But people would be able to exercise their own creativity, what they want to do with the Cybertruck. As a result, when you see this thing driving down the highway, you see a Ford truck or any other trucks and you see this thing in some interesting patterns or color, everybody will be talking about it. When everybody talks about it, when you see enough, you say to yourself, that's actually a pretty cool truck. Maybe I should get one. Boom, right there, Elon closed you. That's my prediction. Let's see what happens. Billion-dollar lesson number 4, selling against. Now, if you watch the entire announcement, the entire presentation, the entire close, it is a close. Don't be mistaken. Elon was closing from the stage. You will see something quite fascinating. He's not telling you what the truck is, more so he's telling you what the truck isn't. He's selling against the conventional wisdom, what a typical truck would look like. First of all, it doesn't look like any typical truck. And he would do the comparison, right? He would do different demonstrations. And one of the demonstrations that I love that he did was to see pulling a truck, two trucks, Cybertruck and Ford, which one is more powerful, which one has more power. And I love what he did. He first showed the two trucks, and then you could see that it's just the Cybertruck is kicking ass, right? And then he said, oh, it was uphill, by the way. Little bit of humor. Tilt the camera. It's like, oh man, it is no match. No competition, not even close. So Elon was bragging, but in a very humorous, entertaining kind of way, and just to demonstrate, hey, you know what? Our Cybertruck is different. So in the marketplace, sometimes, yes, you tell people, here's what my product is, these are the features, these are the benefits. In a very crowded marketplace, sometimes the best way to cut through the noise is to tell people what your product isn't, what it's not, who is not for. You will get more attention. Just like when Elon was on the Joe Rogan show smoking the weeds, may not be the best idea for the CEO of a public company to be smoking weeds, on social media. And, that hurt him a bit. But that also created a lot of controversy and publicity around Elon Musk. May not be the smartest thing to do, but if you think about it, now more people are aware of who he is. And most people know who he is already. But still, there's new audience because of that incident who wasn't paying attention to Elon Musk. Now they are paying attention to him. $1 billion lesson number 5. Reveal your flaws. Now, one of the highlights from the Cybertruck video you will see is when the window was broken during the demonstration. Twice. Now, the whole world was talking about why the window broke and what happened. Now, you might think, oh, now the car doesn't work. It wasn't what Elon promised. Like the whole world is laughing at the demonstration, maybe. However, think about it. A lot of YouTube videos, you could see it. People are dissecting and analyzing. Hey, why the window broke? What actually happened? Was it planned? Was it an accident? How could Elon's engineer allow that to happen? Tesla, what the heck is going on? What I say is, who cares? If it's planned, I think that it's brilliant. If it's an accident, that's a very, very good accident because people are talking about it. And the hardcore fans of Tesla, I could tell you that doesn't actually prevent them from buying. If anything, it gives them more confidence because as a fan of Tesla, here's what they're thinking. Wow, this is embarrassing. Elon Musk, knowing his personality, he's gonna fix it before production. So the final product is gonna be that much better. I'm buying that truck. I'm placing that order for that Cybertruck today. Great, you sell more trucks. For the audience, they're not expecting it to be, to be like bulletproof and armor-proof and all this stuff. Anyway, who cares? It is just a strong demonstration. Like, that's pretty gutsy. And people talk about it all the time. So I want you to understand that it is not a product demo. It is closing from the platform. It is a skill. And now I do argue, and I would say that Elon could probably work on his platform closing skill, his communication skill, his stage presence a little bit more. But guess what? He is the CEO of Tesla, a kind of a tech company. So for him, I think that works for him. That he's not so smooth, little bit geeky, introvert. That plays very well with the personal brand. That's my take on it. But I do think there are some things that he could work on. So how can you apply this in your business? Don't say your product is perfect. Tell people what is the issue. What are some of the flaws if you have some? And we all have some. All products have some. No products are perfect. This reminds me of kind of the Starbucks coffee cup in Game of Thrones. Now, I would argue it's pretty crazy for nobody to catch that during editing for Game of Thrones, that coffee cup on the table. But then guess what? Everybody was talking about it. it was a flaw. But yet, now the fans who are Game of Thrones, they're like, what the heck is that? That's a coffee cup. The fans who are not Game of Thrones, what coffee cup? Let me watch Game of Thrones and find out. Now they're watching the darn thing 10 times. Put it in the comment if you've done that, right? Where is it? Right? They watch the episode again and again, try to find that 2 seconds of flaw. People like to see that. So if there are flaws about your product, review it. Maybe tell the audience, you know what? This product, the flaw, it's very expensive. Tell them up front. It's not for everybody. It's good, it's powerful, it works, but it's expensive. Don't try to hide the fact that it is expensive. Or maybe you tell them, hey, this is great, but it only works in certain situations. It doesn't work in this situation. It gives people comfort instead of trying to make crazy claims that you cannot back up. People know, people are skeptical. So if there are flaws, review it upfront to your audience. It builds trust. It builds trust with the marketplace. So what are your thoughts? What do you think of the Cybertruck launch? Comment below. If you want to see more of these type of videos and how I dissect different campaigns and different launches and different marketing initiatives or business models, comment below and let me know what you want to see. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I know that I am getting a lot of new viewers on my channel and maybe you're not a subscriber yet. Hit the subscribe button, turn on notification. Every single day you will get notified every new video that we post just for you. So go ahead, comment below and let me know what are your thoughts.